Blade Runner 2049 is directed by Denis Villeneuve and stars Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford. It's the story of Kay, played by Gosling, who discovers a deep, dark secret that may affect post-apocalyptic LA, and he then has to enlist the services of Deckard, who has now been missing for 30 years. Now guys, I am a big fan of the original Blade Runner from 1982, so I was, let's be honest, and let's just say this now, I was pretty excited for this one. Now the term modern classic is used quite a fair bit these days and it's thrown around pretty loosely, and I haven't said it on my channel yet, but this movie is a modern classic! If it's not totally damn obvious, I loved everything about Blade Runner 2049. Denis Villeneuve picked up exactly where Ridley Scott left off. Now obviously Ridley Scott has something to do with this movie, but this movie, the first thing that grabbed me was the visuals. It is visually perfect, it is visually stunning. In the first movie, yes, they had to make do and mend. It is very well told now what the problems were with Blade Runner, but with this one, everything was just as it was. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Even if there was no visual lines or anything like that, I was still loving lapping up the scenery. There was not one corner of the screen that was blank. It was all visually gorgeous. Also the soundtrack, yummy. Now the soundtrack changed hands apparently during production, but eventually it went to my boy Hans Zimmer, and he also worked with Benjamin Wallfisch on this movie as well to help him with the music. And the thing that Hans Zimmer's done expertly here is he's stuck with the tone of the first one with these really droning and huge sounding musical scores, and he's made them again essentially, and he's kept them exactly the same as they were but turned it up to 11. I'm so glad I was in a cinema that had huge speakers, and it was amazing. You could hear the speakers cracking under the pressure of the music in this movie. It was so big and so bombastic and absolutely incredible. I just could not get enough of the music. It's not necessarily saying that they're catchy or anything. It encapsulates everything about a post-apocalyptic LA as well and better than the original did. Now in terms of the performances, loved Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling's one of my favourite actors anyway, and I don't want to give away too much, but he was absolutely fantastic in this movie, as I knew he would be. His character's a man with a lot of conflict, a lot of sadness. He's with a woman called Joy, played absolutely fantastically by Ana de Armas. She was so good at working with him, a man who was sad, who was lonely. And I really do think that the two of them worked in a genius way. That is again down to Denis Villeneuve, who really encapsulated them. They didn't really need to say a lot because you could really make up what they were like together just by the way they were together. It was just absolute genius. Oh! Of course, Mr. Harrison Ford himself is back as Deckard. What do I say about one of the most iconic characters he's played? Other than, welcome back, sir. Welcome back. There's also another standout performance from Mr. Leto here. Jared Leto is of course the only Oscar-winning actor in this movie, and I think he's truly back to his Oscar-winning best in this movie. He's extremely intense, he's extremely terrifying without saying anything, and I really do enjoy his character. I enjoy him as an actor anyway. Dallas Buyers Club is one of my favourite films because of Jared Leto, and yeah, there's not much I can say other than well done again to Jared Leto, because he's truly back on form in this one. Guys, if you don't realise already, I love Blade Runner 2049. The problems I have with this movie are so minute, I'm not even going to mention them. This movie takes you on a journey. It literally takes you down one path and you think, yes, I've figured this thing out. And then everything you thought was wrong, everything you even thought about the movie from start to finish is wrong. I love that. It's a movie that doesn't hold your hand. It keeps going on this journey regardless of anything, and literally, if you're a fan of Blade Runner, the first one, honestly, this one is a true testament to it, and I think personally, and this is a big statement here, one of the best sequels of all time. Guys, with all of this being said, I don't know if it's obvious already, but I'm going to give Blade Runner 2049 a 5 out of 5. I really do think this is one of the greatest sequels of all time, and if you love the first Blade Runner, I really do believe you will love this one. If there's a version of Blade Runner I think you should watch before this one, there's of course been many cuts of the original Blade Runner, but I think personally you should go for the one that I have, which is the final cut edition of Blade Runner. It also has the documentary on it as well, so it's actually the best version I think personally to own, and it is the best one that will set you up for 2049. So there you have it guys, there is my take on Blade Runner 2049. If you have seen the movie, please let me know what you think about it. I would love to know as always. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you've seen here, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe. You'll know the drill, and I'll see you all in the next video.